So, welcome to Armored Talk, everyone. How's everybody doing?
I'm okay.
I'm fine.
So, we are here to talk today about Armored Warfare and the status of the game and all these other shenanigans. I am bringing up the subject of where's my Centauro 155 and why are we getting more event tanks that basically you will only own via dumb luck or if you participated this weekend. Dig a hole?
Yeah. Well, you're talking, of course, about the T-64 Hunter. Well, it's very scarce. They only are being handed out very few, and I actually obtained one in SpaceX stream, but I was not there to collect it, so I missed out on it. But anyway, I find it the whole way of the giveaway action as it is now. Before we had Chieftain Mark 6 and they were handed out like cookies, and the Pumas also, and now they are very kept under wraps. They only handed out 10, 5 there, 10 there, so very few.
How do you feel, Sophie?
About
the gift tanks they're handing out.
So we're doing it right now. Can I at least broach my topic?
Sure, broach your topic.
I'd like to talk about the progression system and how rewards and how sometimes gaming the system allows you to reap basically ridiculous amounts of credits and stuff.
So, how do you feel about the gift tanks for this weekend?
Well, I have achieved both of them quite early. I'm not sure how I even got an IS-7, but oh well.
I don't know about that one either, because according to this, they're not supposed to be handed out till the 16th.
Headshot got one, we played it together.
Yeah, it is. I was also wondering already, some people have it, and you had to play 5 games, PvE, PvP, on the 8th of October.
Alright, this is what I think. Regarding the IS-7, I'm genuinely not sure what happened. So far, there's been no official word why some people have gotten an IS-7 and why some people don't. I actually don't have any information regarding it, so as my opinion, I think this has just simply been a server error. But I would like to tell everyone that yes, they will get their IS-7s at the end of the event. You will get your IS-7 if you do 5 PvP/PvE battles and you do your damage.
Yeah.
Regarding the T-64A Hunter, I believe that there should have been an event like the Russian server. They all got one for free. This is a tank that used to be in the alpha, and it should, and everyone should be able to get it, just like the Puma, just like the Chieftain, and definitely just like the IS-7.
Well, I'm finding it to be, first off, I'm finding it to be silly that they're handing out event tanks, because that's one of the biggest contentions in World of Tanks is people get very upset because they never had an opportunity to get a vehicle and it's never going to be given out again.
Yep.
And now they have this again, and
only some people are getting it.
I was against handing out the Chieftain Mark 6 as a stream tank only. I'm against this too. I don't appreciate vehicles that you have to do that you only can get during certain times, and the T-64A, I think, is one vehicle that there's a lot of people who want it very badly.
Yeah, a lot of people who have played it in the alpha and want to play their tank again. I'm not sure why it's. To be honest, in my opinion, it should just be simply just given out. Flat out to everyone.
And also because people are very loyal to the game, who stayed to the test, to the open alpha, or open beta this year. Why not? They did it also with the T-59, and they did it with T-62 Vet. Why not this T-64 Hunter? Well, it's also again a stream tank, because only the streamers were getting very limited. Even Rydek and Caladine only got a few tanks to give away. So over the whole line, it was very few what they were giving out. And the turnout was quite massively, to be honest. Also,
it was massive to get the tank, and then as soon as they didn't have any more of the tanks to give out, it was suddenly nobody wanted to watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a huge problem.
And it's a huge disappointment as well. I mean, if you're in different time zones and you just miss an hour of sleep, you just did all that for nothing.
Yeah. But But also the communication about it is the same with the PTL 02 for the people who played Lord of War on the test server. Previous episode of the test server, you had to do get to rank 25, and you would all get the tier 7 tank destroyer, the Chinese tank destroyer. And a lot of people got it simply in the garage, even if they had 5 or 10 wins. So, and now I read that Captain Fancy Pants that it was some error was made and it will be rectified. But you cannot simply give people first their vehicles and then take it away again. I mean, yeah, well.
I think they should just simply keep it as a good as a sign of goodwill.
Yeah, why not? You know, it's only good for the game. They get only good press for it, and seen as very generous. I mean.
And I also thought that we weren't going to be doing quote unquote the wargaming thing of giving away these limited time offers. But
I would like people to be able to receive a premium tank when they first start the game, and the premium tank at like milestone tiers, tier 2, tier 4, tier 5, tier 6, and then stop. The T64A Hunter and the Puma or something like that would be great. It encourages you to play the game, and guess what? You just got a free premium vehicle that you can play now.
As far as giving out the Pumas, as far as I knew, either you had to earn them or you had to be a Polish streamer. I personally only got 5 total Puma codes after begging and pleading for them. And I know many people who stream who got 0 Puma codes to give out, and everybody was like, "Do you have Puma codes?" And we're like, "No, they didn't give us any."
I knew with the Mark 6 there were guys who got in 150 codes, simply, and they were handing them out like ice cream. Really,
they handed out the Mark 6 like ice cream so much. Yeah. I handed out a total. I counted all of them. I handed out a total of 625 Chieftain Mark 6s before I ran out of codes.
Oh, ships. Really. Amazing.
And yet, they're talking about only giving away
200. 200.
Yeah. 200 between 2 servers. T64As.
And the Russian server got it for free.
Yeah, that's logic I will never understand.
They as far as I'm concerned, the marketing team needs to stop treating different servers like vastly differently. It needs to be very similar giveaways across the board, or people are going to be very upset when they find out that, you know, you gave this server this tank, everybody on this server got this tank for free, but all of us on this server not only don't get it for free, but get a significantly, I would say, raw deal.
Yeah. I don't know why they do this. I mean, I asked for it, and then I heard that the guys were getting very few codes for the T64A, so I simply stated,
ready
never
up,
mind.
dig a hole.
Sorry?
Ready up.
Ready up, yep.
You were saying?
Well, that I was asking what is the criteria to do a giveaway. It also will be good for my channel and promotion for Armored Warfare, blah 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 blah. I didn't even get a response. And so I'm thinking, okay, why?
Dig a hole, just as a question, how many subscribers do you have?
I've got 200, well, I'm counting now, I got 286, something like that.
I'm on 300, but I think that the small channels like you and Mars should be supported as well. I mean, sure, you can support and promote the big channels as much as you want, but in the end, just promoting a small group of people isn't going to make anyone else really bother to start up their own channel.
Okay, and I'm gonna... Sorry.
I have 5,000, but like I can't even get the same person to consistently talk to me, much less get anything done. So at this point, I've completely given up asking for anything as far as codes or anything beyond just a retweet on Twitter.
I'm not I'm not going to beg for stuff. I'm not going to do that. I asked, and I didn't get any answer. So, you know, I read between the lines. I'm saying, okay, fine, and I will simply build my channel on my own strength. But I had my thoughts about it, you know, and
Really?
you see more and more people dropping out. YouTube streamers simply stopping streaming and making content for Armored Warfare. And I mean, I'm doing now consistent. I'm more than a year busy now, and I'm very consistent with only doing Armored Warfare. So, you know, I found that criteria I don't understand. I mean, indeed, what Sophie said. You know, support people, support those channels, and let them build out to be a bigger channel. I don't know. I don't understand the criteria, and I'm not going to beg for any help. I'm not going to do that.
Well, me and Renan would like to know that we will support you in any way we can.
I know that. It's not about you guys, but simply...
to me, it's about MyCom's advertising team dropping the ball repeatedly over and over again, and we're sick of them just dropping the ball and ignoring potential support they could give.
I think the Obsidians, because I don't know, I never talked to someone from Obsidian. Well, I get this Nakumba who simply supported me and said, you know, keep going, you're doing great content. And those are the things that mean more to me, to be honest, than drop a lot of codes on my desk and go hand them out, because
you mean encouragement?
Encouragement, yeah, exactly. I want people to come to my channel because they like my content, not because they can get a code. You understand?
Yeah.
So, and I think you feel the same about it also, Sophie, because you know, people come to your channel because they like the content, and I want to see more of it, and that they stick around. And I've seen with my Mark 6 giveaway, I had only 10 codes to give away, and as soon as the giveaway was over, I lost at least 100 subscribers again. So, yeah, that feels quite double for me. That was almost a year ago, so things have changed now. But for myself, I don't know. I've seen other game developers really supporting people big time. I mean, and they're not even big YouTubers, but simply guys who love to make content for the game. And I'm not talking about Armored Warfare, but simply other games. And if I hear then that, what's his name again? Fly Daily and Baron from Games, if I correctly, they simply got press accounts. Yeah, and I'm thinking, okay, yeah, they have so many more subscribers, I understand, but if you don't show the content, what's the advantage then of giving someone a press account? Or am I completely wrong in this? I mean,
and even then, when you give them a press account, they don't really know how to play the game either.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how is that supposed to give the game a good review when they don't understand how to play it? That's like, oh, I don't know. Someone giving an example. That's like someone just getting like the one. Is it like the level 90 or 100 package in World of Warcraft, and then like, I mean, like those guys don't know how to play the game, and then you expect them to give a review about it.
Yeah, exactly. And I looked at their videos also about Armored Warfare, and I was like, yeah, but you're now jumping into a T90. You don't even know how and what. Where's the tank developed? How do they come to the T90? Blah blah blah. All this little stuff because you're interested in the game, you know, the progression and everything.
I would definitely love to be able to hang out with those guys and to help them play how the game, but I'm just a mod, so I don't know. But
no, I mean, why not? Of course you want to have, but I think they are. And not to being negative or about those, because they actually do nice stuff. I mean,
they're nice people.
They're nice people, but in depth going into a game, they play so many games. I mean, you know, well, what's their base, their subscriber base? Is that because everyone goes for their own game, right? Like World of Tanks, you would go to Quickie Baby and Jingles. Or World of Warships, yeah, you go to Notzer and Jingles, for instance, you know?
Yeah.
And if we would get more support, we could also be the persons that promote the game in its good and bad aspects as well. And to be objective about it, you know, and being honest. I don't know. Feels a little bit double for me. I mean, I don't know. I don't like to beg for stuff, and I'm not going to do that. Not anymore. I'm not going to ask. I did ask once, and so.
What do you think about this topic, Renner?
I think there should be people who are assigned, whose sole job it is to bring in new YouTubers and bring in and support the old ones and the small ones. I think whoever's writing the community highlight thread every week should be required to make sure that they have not posted the same channel multiple weeks in a row. And should be required to make sure that there's at least 2 small channels and 2 larger channels in that highlight every week. Preferably at least 1 new channel if they can do it.
I must admit that I've been already there quite a lot of times. On
Silent Stalker posts those videos.
Yeah, Silent Stalker. And
you could just literally just ask me to ask him that.
Well, I talked to him. I've got a also direct line. I send him games, and I've been numerous times on his on the community highlight, and I will probably maybe even be tomorrow again with the global operations video that I made. But indeed, I see also other channels coming there, also new to me, and that's good, of course. But
I also see, like, you know, I see Rydek and Sir Havoc every single week, and I'm like, it's been this person's been on this thing 4 weeks in a row. You need to be showing someone else.
Yeah. Yeah, he's looking at
the
the
thing
content.
Is, what if there isn't really that anyone else?
Exactly. That's
Then
what
you
I
need
just
to
wanted
figure
say.
out what the problem is, why there's not anyone else, because you shouldn't be featuring the same 2
That's
channels.
not Silent Stalker's job.
I know,
No.
but there needs to be
100%.
someone finding other channels and bringing them in.
Yeah, but how can I say? I've been there already almost every week on the community highlight. I applaud it because I get a lot of views on my videos, and I also gained a lot of subscribers because of that. And well, I don't know. Indeed, that's what Sophie said. Maybe there simply is not enough content that is quality-wise good enough, or what the criteria is for that, I don't know. But simply, that's why I think a lot of people will be disappointed about the fact that I don't go live, because the marketing machine needs to get working on this game to bring it out there, I think.
I agree, and I also agree with Sophie's point here that if you give someone a press account, because I saw they gave, like, Angry Joe did a stream of Armored Warfare last year. They gave him a press account, had no idea what he was doing, and they didn't assign anyone to play with him to try to help him out. So he was literally just going into matches and getting beat, like, pricelessly every single match. And I was like, you know, it would have been nice if you had assigned someone to help him, preferably someone who's a regular community contributor who knows what they're doing, instead of just giving him all of the tanks, and then he's, like, you know, getting in a at the time getting in a T90 and
gone.
like dying in the first minute.
Yeah, I mean, preferably he should have been in like a tier 3 or 4 match or something. I mean, even just going into like half an hour or an hour of preparation with these people, and stuff, just teaching them how to play the game. Play a few PvE matches. Yeah, sure, it's not PvP, but it teaches you at least how your tank works, that you can make mistakes, because you don't want to be streaming the game for the first time and you immediately make a mistake and die. It makes you look bad, and if you have like a frown on your face, it doesn't make the game look bad. It makes the game look pretty bad as well. I mean, I'm not sure how much time it takes for people to be put off by something. I mean, Renner will probably know more about that, but I bet it isn't that long.
Well, the thing is that you made a good point, from starting from scratch, start from the beginning. DK, Divine Cage, started a series. I don't know if you've seen that. He started an account, and he's going to play for 10 days without any premium. So he starts the game from scratch without premium, and to show people how the progression works and how long it will take and how far you can progress within 10 days without a premium account.
Actually, I want to expand on that topic further.
No.
For a lot of people, getting into a tier 10 is an annoying job. Well, the prices and stuff, the retrofits.
Yeah.
And while the game has got a relatively fast progression, when we get up to events like this, and you can get up to, what did I say, 210% extra credit and XP gain, the economy suddenly goes from being intended to that to just suddenly going straight into overdrive. I mean, Renner, how much damage did you do in your Centaur 120 game to get 1 million?
65, 69 received
65.
Received 1.8 million credits.
Yeah.
Almost 2 mil.
Yeah, that's a lot. I also made around 700, even 600, 800,000 if you use the boosters and everything. Yeah, it is insane amount of money. But being said, at one point they are handing out those codes to get global reputation and locked reputation. If you simply have so much reputation, you are tend to buy gold to simply unlock that. But you also then need the credits to buy your tanks, right? I mean, so 1 and 1 equals 3 maybe is, how do you say that? Also a little bit marketing trick from Armored Warfare, I don't know.
And in the end, I think probably with a good game on low tiers, you could probably rocket up the tiers really quickly, and that means that people who were previously taken like a month or two of grinding to get free tier 6s or tier 7s will now be on tier 9.
Yeah.
And they won't know what they're doing.
The progression will be, I think what I also understood in the updates, the progression will be made, I think they will make it harder.
You know what I mean? That's just like
what I heard, that they want to make the retrofits on the higher tiers a little bit more affordable, and on the lower tiers a little bit more expensive.
Yeah, because it's 62 million credits to fully upgrade the tier 10.
That's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
That's the price of 10. That's the price of almost 10 tier 8s.
It's ridiculous. 62 million, my god. Yeah, but you have a point, Sophie, absolutely. I mean, it's nice to do all these events, but
I mean, and granted, yes, those events are good. I mean, can you imagine that like that in any other game? Hey guys, here's like an extra 50% stack boost and the ×3. Go for it. I like that. It means that you know that you have a chance to progress. You have a chance to get that vehicle you want. I mean,
like the happy hour we had in the springtime, I think it was 3 weeks. You had, whoa! I progressed so fast, and suddenly I had 3 tier 10s in my garage. You know,
there's definitely pros and cons of it.
Yeah. Lovely.
And as far as I'm concerned, having it is probably better for the game, as it allows people to just progress rather than just grind endlessly.
My question that I really have to ask is, why can't we have events like this every weekend? We had a 200+ server queue at the end of my stream yesterday on the EU server. Why can we not have good events like this every single weekend?
Well,
it's the last time we had an event was August. That's 2 months. You need to have this kind of event every single weekend to keep the player base enthralled and keep the player base moving. And it doesn't have to be like something grand. It could be something like, here, everybody play tier 5 and you will receive 100 gold and 10 million credits.
To be honest, receiving a T64A would be nice.
Or or bring back some of the other tanks. Everybody play 20 matches and you'll be put into a drawing for a Chieftain Mark 6 or for a Puma or for a T64A.
They did it actually now, the raffle for the playing. If you played those 8...
but why not have this type of event every weekend and give out these tanks every single weekend? You'd have a huge player base, and they would be more willing to spend money on the game.
Well, part of me says yes, but mostly out of perspective of marketing, and
The game would definitely need a hell of a lot more vehicles than it has now.
Yeah. And I think they were promised even before, even in 0.19.
But right now, I can see the point, and that's definitely a good idea to make and to address.
Yeah,
The game does need more events. It needs people to do.
To boost it. I mean, yeah.
I mean, there are several
Promote it.
vehicles that are in testing right now that we can't really talk about, but we can acknowledge that, you know, maybe if one of those vehicles is ready and you're done testing it, but you're putting it off to another patch, maybe you could give it away as like a special event and be like, here, be the first one to get your hands on, I don't know, the new version of a Centauro 155, or be the first one to get your hands on a T90, a T80U.
Yeah. It would be nice to idea. Anyway, I mean, yes, true. But if you see now the test server, for instance, low tiers is not played. People come there and it's okay, it's global operations. But what do you see? You see people who are not experienced in tier 10s trying to play global operations, a new game type, a new game mode, in a tier 10 where they're not experienced in. So you get situations where we got in early afternoon that we were in our Leo 2A7s and got surrounded by 4 T15s. You know, such of things. I mean, I think they should, like a little bit like the Lord of War stuff, tiers 4, tier. You can play a certain amount of time with tier 4, a certain amount of time with tier 6, tier 8, you name it. That would bring more people to the test server, I know for sure. Because people now get annoyed by the fact what's happening now. That unexperienced people dive into tier 10s. And
unexperienced people dive into tier 10s, and it's basically tier 10 or go home because it's so many tier 10s.
Exactly. And yesterday, when the server was up, there was a quite diversity of tanks. And people actually that I know and play the high tiers.
Come on, there's a main battle tank right there.
Epic game, and I was sitting until Saturday morning, 4 o'clock.
I'm dead.
In the morning. I was still playing.
Shoot the gun, dude! Dig, shoot! Thanks.
Epic, simply great. And then you play today again.
Did no damage to it the entire time.
What is this? And only 20 people online. And I mean, you know, that's quite alarming, I think.
And no offense, right now in the current balance, no one really wants to play tier 10 except for players who think tier 10 is the end all be all. And when they're talking about the upcoming battles where you have your I'm starting to say battalion going at it, there's mostly not tier 10 battles available. It's tier 7 and lower. Why would you even care about tier 10 at that point? You're going to be more focused on, I need my BMP3 to be good, or I need my ERC to be good, so I need to go train
I know for sure if this would be implemented, that you only could play it, for instance, until tier 7, you would see more players playing that. And I think for the game mode, for the lower tier, mid tiers, will be epic. It is really a fun way of playing. And I said, my experience the first day when I recorded and put on YouTube, that was actually fun, really fun. Because you played with people who actually know how to play a tier 8 or a tier 9 or a tier 10.
I mean, if this doesn't illustrate the current balance issue that I'm talking about, I got 129 hits in my crab just then, only 86 penned, and on that last T90 MS that killed me, I was shooting him in the side, aiming at a point that showed green, and because it wasn't going exactly to that point, none of my autocannon rounds penned, so I died. I emptied an entire clip and did no damage. No one wants to play tier 9 and 10 really because the balance is so skewed towards some vehicles just not being functional that we don't want to play it. And then you get on the test server and everybody who's never played it is trying to play it.
That's quite sad because they introduce something and it's really nice. I for sure. Maybe I'm biased. Maybe what I also said in my video, I'm already happy with a half a cookie, you know. But it looks simply good and it has really potential. And it would be such a shame that it now already gets overkilled by such things like people who simply don't have any experience in high tiers, and only because they can play the T15, they will play the T15, and understandable. If you are playing tier 5, 6, 7, you're looking forward to get that tier 10, of course. But now you see this happening and think like, oh my god, what's happening? You know, that's I find it sad.
So does anybody have anything else as we start to wrap it up?
Yeah. Well, I think to be continued, because there's a lot of things happening now at the moment. And
Sophie,
Mm-hmm.
you got anything else you want to cover?
Yeah.
Go for it. Floor's open, my dear.
Balance in low tiers is a little bit skewed.
I agree. Where it feels like things are kind of the most balanced is between tiers 5 and 7. Tiers 4 and lower.
7.
Except for the Centauro 120 and the Challenger 1.
And the T80.
The T80 feels balanced. You can hurt it.
But it can hurt you a hell of a lot more. In low tiers, for instance, in an IS7, you are effectively invulnerable to every tier 1, every tier 2 from the front, and some tier 3 and 4, well, all of the tier 3 autocannons can't pen you, and the tier 4 autocannons can't pen you either. If you're in an M113, you are anything resembling a T55 or up is effectively immune to you. Low tier balance is very, very, very skewed towards tank destroyers and AFVs. If you're in an MBT, and unless you get a good map and you're a good driver, usually me in a T64, but you are a TD sitting at the back of the map with their monstrous DPM and reload will just cut people up. It kind of also brings a bit of a false image to the game, because suddenly, imagine this, you're an AFE driver and you can pen every MBT you see. Then you get up to higher tiers and it's saying like, what the perception of what you're playing is invariably skewed over. The same it is for MBTs. MBTs low tiers, when they're faced by tank destroyers and AFEs, are screwed. But when they get up to high tier, suddenly it's kind of like a revenge is mine. And while Balance 2.0 will be addressed, at the moment it's still an ongoing issue.
And the rebalancing will take at least until...
Let me say, of the T90 MS, currently there is only 2 spots on the T90 MS that can be penned by most autocannons. It's the rear wheel and the back of the turret, and sometimes the rear hull. That is why Renner was not able to penetrate it. It actually has more side armor than the M1A2 and the Leopard 2.
It has more side armor than the Tier 7 M1 Abrams has frontal armor.
Yeah, that's on the ERA plates, but
you see what I'm saying? It has more side than a main battle tank.
Even with cage armor, it can still... Well, even the cage armor it has can still bounce autocannon rounds.
But no tank that it's going to have to face should have less frontal armor than it has side armor.
Yeah. But that's another issue of MBTs as well. High tiers right now, with the small weak spots, everyone is just focused on each other's sides. The moment you expose your side, or the moment you stop, you will get pinged, especially in tier 10, by 700, 800, even more damage. It promotes fear. The I don't want to get hit mentality, because if I do, I'm going to die.
That's why you get the passive play.
And while Global Ops is allowing you to go ham in some modes, the passive play will still factor in towards that, because people want to do good. They don't want to die immediately.
Exactly. The respawning is actually quite a good...
I mean, the respawning is going to encourage more aggressive play, which is going to make things more entertaining. And also the fact that you don't really win by killing the enemy so much as controlling certain points means that you are going to have to go in and brawl for those points.
And be more tactical. It's tactical awareness. It is, you have to constantly look on your minimap and look around you. It is indeed what also Sophie said to me in the beginning when we were not recording. It's too fast, actually. It's so fast that it's... And that's also, how do you say that, quite sensational, because it's really... Everything is flying around and you want to get there, you get killed and you respawn and you dive back in there. Again, you know. So that's actually the active gameplay that we would like to see throughout the whole game.
Yeah, it kind of needs to be slowed down a little bit more.
Yeah.
Ticket drain and stuff.
Well, it's fun.
It is
Well, that
fun,
was a
I'll
mess.
agree. It needs some tweaks, but so far for its first public iteration, it's going quite well.
Yeah. We had not really, we had some sound issues, but that's maybe minor, but most of it was really good. Worked perfectly, loading in and getting into the game. Of course, you don't have so many people, so the queues were not so long, so you were quickly back into the game. So that was all positive. But, you know, we would like to see more people getting there on this test server. And I think now is also the most important thing when you want to promote a new game out. Yeah, make sure you promote it more than it's been done now. There's been some promotion done on streams, and
but most of it is, unless it's from the public test server, you're not allowed to show it.
Well, actually, they were encouraging us to bring out material. Bring out so much possible, put it on, and this and that. That was really encouraged Saturday night, because the server was supposed to get up already early afternoon, Friday afternoon, and they had some issues, and then it came on, actually Saturday morning, after midnight you could play. It was 12 hours actually after it should eventually go live, server. So anyway, it's a great game mode, and it needs more promotion.
I agree. I'm definitely going to play it.
So
As soon as it goes live, I will be running live streams of it. The entire live stream will be nothing but that game mode. But first off, it's got to go live. Second off, or they need to lift the restriction on what we can post about it and just let us go. Let us show this off, because this is what's going to win you people.
Yeah, something new, something different. People don't want a World of Tanks clone.
yeah,
Modern World of Tanks, I mean, yeah, while that might give you like a third of the population of what, people want something to go over from World of Tanks. Because at the moment, I mean, how much have you spent on World of Tanks?
a lot of stuff.
Probably close to $200 over the course of having it, and then I got into the league and didn't have to spend money anymore.
Well, spending money wise, yeah, quite a lot. I don't know how much, but quite a lot.
I've probably spent at least the equivalent of €1,000.
Around, maybe.
This is partially of me being a kid.
Yeah.
Because I joined way up in 2011.
Yeah.
I was like 12, 13 by then, but
Yeah.
You know, in the whole "I want something, give me it now," mummy's daddy's credit card, but
I understand that pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still jailbait to her apparently, but the thing is that people need something to get them away from World of Tanks. I mean, like, why should I play this game when I have 150 vehicles in my garage at World of Tanks? I have a functioning premium account. I have all this stuff going for me. Why should I play Armored Warfare?
Yeah.
PvP, what's the point of that? PvE, yeah, sure, if I don't want to pay people. Global Ops, something that's dynamic and fun, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And people don't feel. I mean, do either of you feel rushed to go to tier 10 like you do in World of Tanks?
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's something you have to do? Do you feel like you can just sit around in the low tiers and have fun because you're not?
Yeah. It is available. You can play low tiers, but simply there are too few people. That's the problem.
Yeah. Well, one of the problems with World of Tanks to me is that the game kind of wants you to be in an evolution. Like, it wants you to be the next best thing. I mean, like, the vehicles are intentionally started off crap.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're in these rickety hunk of junk, and then you go up to the more power creeping climb vehicles.
Yeah.
But in AW, all the vehicles are fine from the start. You can play them. And it makes it even better that a lot of these are basically collector's edition tanks. You know, I mean, you want to play an Abrams? Sure, there's an Abrams at tier 7. Go for it. It's not at tier 10.
Yeah, but you have to earn it. You have to progress through it, you know, and you have to learn how to play it. And that's
the progression is easier. There's no grinding and grinding and grinding and then being
Endless,
forced to
yeah,
pay for a
true.
premium attack and free XP and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is great because free XP and credit conversion is a lot better in Armored Warfare.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
yeah.
I think we need to wrap up as
Yeah.
we've got
Yes.
almost the 40-minute mark again.
Hashtag Sophie stop ranting.
Of course,
you have a
it
good
would
point.
be you that rambles on.
You have a good point, Sophie. Actually, really, you do.
You do. Thank you for giving us the last 10 minutes of rambly rambles.
Oh, it's good. It's good. So yeah, we support. I support your claim, Sophie. That it is the way forward, but do something about it and support the people who are help you getting there. You know, I mean.
Yeah, I
So-
would like to.
From all the folks that have been listening, what do you guys think in the comments about any of these topics? Let us know. Bring them up. If you want something discussed by us, you could bring that up too.
Yep.
I will have Dig a Hole and Spitfire's channel in the description below. You guys should totally go check them out. They do regular Armored Warfare content. I know Spitfire did a Skyrim stream today, fully modded.
We don't talk about that.
Do you guys have anything to add before we step out?
Like, subscribe.
Yeah.
Subscribe to everyone. Like all of our videos.
Yeah. We need the help, and we need the motivation also, and the encouragement to make better and more content for you guys.
We need something to get out of bed too.
Yeah. Well, I hardly see my bed. No. Okay. No. Just thank you for watching, guys. Excellent, really, and for supporting us.
Thank you everyone for watching.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Take care out there.
Yeah.
No, really, we're done. I swear.